Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4! We are the communist Yugoslavia, and we are currently mostly defending against the Axis, although the Allies did drop a crap ton of dudes over here, and we're going to have to deal with that right away. I did check to see if I could get any Lend-Lease over here from the Soviet Union, but unfortunately, they just have a huge deficit of all the things, and so they won't accept. I actually didn't try fighters, no. So that's too bad. So our fronts over here are doing pretty well, which is good. I don't care about necessarily pushing the front forward, so as long as we're not losing frontage, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a bunch of dudes here who are currently experiencing supply problems. Like that. So if we're oversupplied over here, then what we're going to do is we're going to run you down to over here. But at the same time, since we do have an equipment shortage here that's going on, well, we're okay on infantry equipment for now. We're going to trim this back anyway. We've got the manpower, but it's not the rest. You're going to spawn here, and you're going to join this front. Do you want to send you in while you're still training? We'll wait a little bit. You know what, I'm going to cancel you. We're gonna need plenty of gear. And then down here, I'm just gonna make sure to trim this back. So the ones who are green, you 5 are gonna join the actual garrison group. So that brings us to 24 of 24. And there we go. Okay, I guess that's an attack plan. Alright, that's fine. You got it turned on. Some people are going to go down there. Excellent. So we'll have to wait for some people to arrive. But we're going to try to like keep them pinned in and push that back as quickly as possible. So we're pulling some troops away from Hungary. But I think that's okay, because we're actually pushing forward there. And we don't need to be. We're looking to grind people down. We haven't... let's take a look at the war. Surprisingly, the German Reich has lost 3 times as many people as the Soviet Union. And Germany does not have unlimited manpower. They do have a whole lot of factories, though, because they've got all of France and everything, too. And we have lost 300k. I mean, overall... So they've lost double the manpower. They're fielding more manpower, but not much more, and I don't know if they're going to be able to continue that. They can outproduce us, but they can't outpeople us. I mean, this is the whole communist defense in World War II. So we're starting to run low on artillery, and yeah, it's too bad I can't lend-lease anything. You're doing that, which is fine. I'm actually going to cut back on fighters completely. Well, I guess we are already doing the full artillery run. I could start another one. Let me just do that for now. We've shuffled things about. That's probably okay. We do need the support equipment. Oh my god, they're actually pushing quite well. Can I, though, smash right there and cut those guys off? Yes, these guys might march in there, but we might still be able to bop them and just do a little bit of a cutoff here, which would be very lovely. I don't think we can do the same thing over here. We'll see what happens after this finishes. Excellent. Oh, they're counterattacking here, though. Okay, but we've held. Assist. You assist from here, just open another angle. Or apparently everyone will just stop fighting. I guess the reinforcements didn't hit in time over here. Okay, we'll let them sort of get in position. You're gonna come over here. Get in there. You're gonna get there and do that. And yeah, you'll go here and do that. You guys have some organization. Throw in. There we go. I mean, we could just wait. This guy will eventually starve out. We don't actually need to go and bop him right away. Especially since apparently someone is counterattacking somewhere. And if they're fighting multiple fronts, it's not good. Artillery production, so we get another tech boost. Anti-tank research, maybe? Oh, the engineering course, because we're going to want the next level engineering core the second we get that as an option. We did do a cutoff over here, apparently. So these guys should get bopped outright. And this is starting to develop here, although it looks like we are going to... I don't know. Some people are retreating, but we still have some sites over here, so we didn't lose that territory, so these guys are still cut off. Excellent. You... There we go. Oh, gorgeous. Centralized fire control just kicked in. So we're going to keep going down here, certainly. Yeah, the reconnaissance boost is really handy. Lets you pick better strategies. So that's been cleaned up. Excellent. So now we've got them contained here over again. We can maybe, you know, charge up some of our preparation slash organization slash all that. Oh, if that goes, that's going to be really nice, actually. Let's make sure that happens. Because then we're going to be able to do a true multi-sided attack and get huge bonuses. Okay, so that's definitely happening. How are we doing up north? Okay, successfully pushing there. Mostly stalled out here. And that's okay, I don't actually need to push. We just need to grind down the Axis manpower. They're grinding down our equipment, but we're grinding down their manpower. Look, we have no infantry equipment anymore. That happens fast. That happens really fast. Okay, lowest priority. You're still training up, that's good. Yeah, if we can get you to come in not green, that actually would be handy. Concentrated industry is good. So this is all going. Do we have discounts? Yes, we do. How fast is this? 66 days for our infantry to have some hard attack. Help us kill some tanks out. Alright, I'm going to tell everyone to go now. Just get in there. We have the multiple direction, decryption advantage, and they have the enemy air superiority penalty. And yet... Encirclement penalty. Come on, man. And yet. What I can probably do is pull out the pawns and just put them in the garrison group for now, because they're not really going to contribute much to here. Anyway, I mean, I don't think they're hurting, but I don't think they'll make a difference in the end. I don't know, hopefully it just succeeds at some point, because this will probably be a pretty heavy bop. I mean, the thing is, we're not directly competing with the Allies, and honestly, if the Allies could be stronger against the Axis, that would be really nice. We want, yeah, this one for more inherent air superiority advantage. I think we need fewer dudes for to give us the boost. Not entirely sure what the plus 20% translates to, but I think you need fewer planes to get, you know, to those critical air superior numbers so that you get, you know, the advantage in combat and such. Okay, so we got a bunch of troops here. Mountaineer type 1s, you're going to spawn in Zagreb, and you're going to join the Silver Group. What I think I'm going to do with these dudes is I'm going to split them in half and put half of them in Silver Group, although that's being led by a general, right? Which is at 24. Maybe, do I just throw everyone back into the Hungarian front? And there's been supply problems in the past. What else can we do? Can we send them somewhere else to help some sort of punch through, some sort of encirclement? We can make a secondary front somewhere. What I could do... with these guys is, let's say I put you in a separate army with a level 4 general. That sounds swell. And we make a front here for, we're going to make you red. And then we make an offensive line that involves pushing up to this river like this. Just overwhelm over here and push here to hold the river. We'll bulge out our line a little bit, but on the other hand, it might open up the possibility of doing a bit of an encirclement on some of the German forces here or something of that nature. Do we actually have free military factories? I think what we need to do is start another artillery line. I mean, you're short on infantry equipment, but the lack of artillery is actually hurting us a lot more in terms of, you know, actually getting strength, I think. Because I think it's a much more significant portion of our missing muscle. So we'll go ahead and do that. So you guys are going to organize. You'll be encouraged to be aggressive. I mean, I haven't hit go yet. I'm going to let you get in position, get your planning bonus. I mean, the urban bonus isn't quite that. It's not going to do anything for us here, but it's still a level 4 general. So that's okay. We have the 10% boost to our offense from one of our advisors. The boost to our defense from our ideas. So we're not pushing anywhere, but we're actually not having to defend anywhere at the same time, which is kind of interesting. Do I want to leave some planes in Greece? I mean, may as well leave a few as a token, but let's go ahead and split you in half. And have you help out in the Balkans. I'm wondering if we shouldn't set up some radar up there. If we can hold right here. Maybe in northern Transylvania. Let's do that. Alright. How you guys doing? Organization good. Planning bonus is accruing. My god, max 60%. That is a big bonus, I gotta say. Now, our infantry is really not organized for an attack, right? Tanks give you breakthrough, which is what helps you tank when you're moving forward. I mean, tank, right? It's right there in the name. Come on. So, an offensive push isn't our strong suit. Oh, and there is a river here. I forgot that there's a river here. Hold on. Does it flow all the way? Is there anywhere where we've crossed... Actually, right here. That's kind of interesting. Hey, cancel. I realize it's going to get rid of your planning bonus. We could arrange here. Now, there's a possibility that we're going to have too many people in one place, but... we could do something like that. So we're in between two rivers, and we're going to push up through two rivers, which high coordination, or high concentration troops, although they've got a good number of things over here, too. It's a possibility that there's going to be too many things where we're in some supply problems over here, although right now we're fine. Well, we'll give it a try anyway. Push comes to shove, we just add everyone to the pink group, and then they sort of vaguely maybe push forward here or there. Okay, we're stopped at the river all along here. Now, what about the Italian front? Actually, that's the other thing. If we don't get any real movement over here, that's what we'll start to consider. Because there's no river here. It's mountainous, but we've got the right divisions for it. We might be able to push up to this river and do that, and then there might be a possibility to start sending squads down towards Rome. We're pulling ourselves a little thinner, but it's not necessarily a bad kind of thinness. Meanwhile, we have lots of troops holding all our ports now. I don't think we're going to lose them again. Here's hoping. Turkey, you're not doing anything weird where you're going to join in things. No. USSR, what are you doing? Move industry to Urals. U-boat effort, that's fine. Marines and landing craft, I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. The AI doesn't make big landing groups, so that's going to be alright. Alright, so... some of you have full planning bonus. Some of you don't. But you're all in position. Okay, go. Well, there's some push. We're defending over here. We might successfully push through here. It's hard to tell. We have... so the enemy has air superiority over the Balkans, yeah. My god, they've got hundreds of planes here, so we're really not going to be able to compete. And it looks to me like our push is being halted. There's no air presence over the Alpine regions. So, I'm wondering... group up, split in half. If this red attack, we might just go ahead and move it to the Italian front. I think that's probably going to be wise, because this doesn't seem to be a recipe for success. It's too narrow. I mean, maybe. Let's go up to speed 5 here and see if it develops at all. But I'm betting it doesn't. Yeah, no. Okay. Cancel. Change of plans. Why are you so awkwardly drawn sometimes? There we go. Try that. This like red army is getting really confused about what's going on here with the back and forth. I'm actually going to move you to another theater and give you a high priority for like new gear and reinforcements. If we're going to attack, we need to make sure that you attack with a certain amount of gusto here. So Alpine regions, we have the air superiority. So some of you guys are still moving. Some of you are here. You don't lose all your planning bonus instantly. It fades off over time, so they should get here with a decent amount of stuff. We've got bases in low supply. Yeah, it's going to make it a little harder to attack if we don't have any infrastructure over here. Alright, so... Still preparing, not in position. Oh yeah, that's true. Although that's the biggest reason it's considered a disadvantage. Inferior enemy. And we've got other troops that are doing the offensive attack right now, so we want to join in right away. We still have green troops in here, but things could certainly be a lot worse. Focus on taking Venice. We could do an airdrop, but... I mean, we've got the air superiority. But where would we airdrop to assist this? We're not dropping on Venice. We could drop behind. We could drop on Innsbruck, but that would really be mostly suicidal. We could try to drop down here. Well, we don't want to grab a port because we won't be able to supply it. We have to grab something with control points because it provides some supply. So I think I'm just going to let this mostly develop on autopilot here. And hope that things work out. How's our equipment? 25k infantry equipment in the hole. 2.7k artillery in the hole. So we are losing a lot of our potential strength. What I'm thinking is the pink group over here. Okay, you're defending successfully. I'm going to encourage you not to attack. I'm going to tell you to stop your attack. Silver. Yeah, same thing. I mean, there'll still be some occasional offensive things, although it might be the Russian troops. Oh, boost to engineers. The recon research will be very nice when we get there. I'm not producing motorized, but we had tons of motorized, right? No, we actually have a deficit of motorized now. We did have a ton of extra motorized, and we no longer do. Let's get one in there. We'll put you at the top of the queue. Just to get one factory going as soon as we've got one available. Yeah, all our time is just spent repairing right now, but maybe we can grab something. Make you slightly less aggressive. But keep applying the pressure. How's the death counts? Oh, the Soviets have started losing a lot more people a lot faster all of a sudden. On the other hand, we've got a little bit of push there. Good defense. No push there, but we're defending. And we're seeing a lot of green, not... Oh, this red counterattack. Seriously. It's not necessarily that bad, because I bet you we just retake this immediately. Anti-tank, good. So these, without the discount, we probably just want to wait. Although, I don't know. You know what? I'm actually thinking of starting this. This will get it to us, like, basically in January of 42. We can start producing the better gear right away. Although we have to produce it and get it to people before it helps, whereas these are just passive bonuses, which often appeal to me a lot more. There we go. You've got a discount. 99 days. Even if with the ahead of time is not too shabby. And we're going to lose that site. So, actually, with the silver group, what I'm going to do is remove that offensive line, and I'm just going to give you the same offensive line as Team Red. So you're both trying to push in vaguely the same direction. You're not necessarily coordinating with one another, but that's okay. Maybe I should just make this a field marshal and just combine the two together. No, but then you'd spread out a little bit more evenly, and I really want a critical mass here. I think we'll retake that territory. It's flat. They haven't dug in or anything. They're getting attrition right now. So I think we're going to kick them back out of there. And we may be able to follow up immediately with a move on Venice. It would be really nice to have some tanks. Now, here's the thing. I didn't actually check. I don't suppose you would lend-lease me some tanks. No. Just they don't have enough? Yeah. Insufficient. I mean, I could request license production. Outdated, outdated. Are these all variants? Wow. Could we get a thing for some tank destroyer stuff? Which, I mean, we're actually not facing that many tanks here. It's mostly, I think, about throwing in some tanks for some breakthrough would be nice. Just one tank division. My god, what a difference it would make. I mean, we do have some light tank. We have a lot of light tanks. We must have captured a bunch of light tanks. I did not realize that. So, if I were to make... We don't have self-propelled grenades, or whatevers, which is too bad. Motorized infantry, not that I have any of those right now. We've got a shortage of these. You always want engineers. Support artillery is a no-brainer. You always want recon. We've still got manpower shortages, so probably getting the field hospital makes sense. And what the hell? The support anti-tank to throw in? We've got some. Let's say we say these are elite. Make sure you get stuff right away. So if there's any mobile infantry, you get it first. Most of it's older tanks, but it might not be bad, especially since right now we have manpower, not equipment. Now, we don't have motorized infantry, unfortunately, but you need some so that we have some amount of organization in here. Otherwise, you can't really get much done. Yeah, you have the tanks, you don't have the rest. Maybe a pair. What am I looking for? Right here. I know I'm like ruining my efficiency thing here, but we do need a lot of the mobilized. We need our ground troops to be reinforced, so we really... The fighter thing is not something we need to be looking at right now. Make sure you get sent to the bottom of the priority queue. Yeah, you're even getting a damaged factory. Construction 4. Okay, so that's some more repair. You guys are all done. It's 41. I'm not going to get any more excavation. Still thinking about building one of those oil plants, but I don't know. Higher level radars would be nice. We're not doing this yet. Oh, we could get the improved anti-tank upgrades, because how are we doing on that? Oh, nothing. Really? Need for reinforcement. Did I not just see it in the list? Oh, there it is, anti-tank. Okay, no, we just have a shortage, yeah. But we've got some out there doing some work. So there's at least that. And you don't seem to be getting attrition much, which is nice. Nice that we're getting resources here. We're just holding, we're not pushing, but things can develop. Holding, holding. Everything is green, and the reds were just attacks that weren't going anywhere, so that much is nice. And again, we're hoping that we can just burn down the German manpower situation. Hopefully without expending too much ourselves. We might want to halt things here. It's probably a good idea. You know what? You guys can halt. And halt again. Because you're really not fighting at full strength right now, and maybe throwing troops in an offensive play is just a bad idea in general. That's a nice little bulge through a river. This might be a good avenue to attack. Supply might be a little short here, but again, we're just going to wait. I mean, I don't know if we'll ever get ahead on equipment. But if we're being defensively minded, we're going to get more bang for our buck than if we're attacking. Meanwhile, there again, I don't think Germany's going to run out of equipment anytime soon, although who knows, it could happen. But manpower, that's a whole other kettle of fish. Like, the fact that Germany's not losing as much manpower anymore, like, it might be a sign. We've lost more now. Yeah, the Soviet Union's really getting up there. Probably because they've run out of equipment. And we've lost a lot more men too, and that's probably a sign that we're not fighting as strong as a result of equipment. On the flip side, Germany, well, I guess we're not as effective anymore, so they're not losing as much, but they might literally not have as much manpower to throw around. I don't know. Do I want to go and disband some of my units? That's not a terrible idea. You know, like, if we... maybe the green ones. I think we're going to have to do that. Disband a few divisions, free up a little bit of gear. Is this the experience bar? Yeah, so they're quite close to the next one. These guys aren't. They're the ones with the anti-tank bits. Although we're short on some anti-tank. So, you, who has less experience out of all these, let's go ahead and do that. You're good for a little while, but maybe not as much anymore. Same thing here. I mean, you have no strength. You're much greener. Let's get rid of you. Just leveled up, which is nice. Maybe you over here. There we go. Just free some equipment back into the pool. Rather than fighting, like, by throwing stones, we're going to try to get the ones that we've got to operate just a little wee bit better. These guys are already on a low priority queue, so they don't have much equipment. Is there a chance? Well, we do actually have a little too much, right? Because look at this. We're doubling up over here. So if I click here and then there, how many do we need? Oh, we need 35 for all the targets. Well, if we're also going to do some resistance lowering. So, no, never mind. I'm not going to get rid of any of you. Looks like we're going to lose a little bit over here, which is unfortunate. And Soviet forces are still involved. But yeah, goddamn. Low on all the things. How's our trade situation? Okay, let's see if we can get a little bit more steel from the Soviets. That's about it. We're actually not very shy on most resources. So we're mostly going to be producing at full tilt. We're defending well everywhere over here, failing the counterattack over there, but that's okay. Defending well everywhere. The Soviet front mostly seems to be holding for now. I mean, again, it got pushed back a little bit. Looks like it might get pushed back again here. Nope, they're able to reinforce it, so that's not too shabby. And yeah, if we can get some mobile infantry in here, we might be able to use that as a punch-through somewhere, because we'll actually have a little bit of breakthrough. I mean, they're still light tanks, and they're pretty goddamn obsolete. But there'll be some breakthrough. We can lend this a better design or something, too. Almost in 42. Take this one, because it'll give us an instant boost. And then, after that, we'll pick up the new infantry equipment and switch over production. Which might not actually be the smartest idea. And the reason I say that is because if we switch over to the new type of infantry equipment production, we are going to lose a sum of our production efficiency. And right now we just need some guns, rather than necessarily the best guns. And that's the other thing with some of the changes I've been making. Let's go and just pin you there. Is we have lost a little bit of our efficiency as I've been moving things around. And that actually might be more important. I kind of like that. I don't think, especially not ahead of time, we're not going to research the next level of infantry equipment. I mean, the ones that just give a buff, yeah, but the new, like, models that we have to build, we might sit on our hands. Now, I do have some tech that I think is lowering... right here. We could get more production efficiency retention, so we might actually wait until 43. It's a long time, but we could wait until 43 to pick it up, and then do the changeover at that point. Modify government. Well, I'm not going to go to a more aggressive recruitment policy, because we need our factory output at this point. That stuff, you know, it hurts, yes, but we'll have to leave it be. We don't need training time. Bomber interception's not bad. Division speed is actually often very good, but I don't think is what we're looking for right now. I actually think the bomber interception might be a brilliant idea. We don't need a tank designer or ship designer. Aircraft designer wouldn't be bad, actually. Oh, we haven't finished the focus for the light aircraft, so we're not going to do that. We don't need political stuff. I mean, we could change our export focus laws, but no. Yeah, I think I like that. Bomber interception, and we'll probably get the division maneuver later on, too. Okay, well, we're going to put a cut in here. Thank you very much for watching, folks. See you guys next time.